dream I know, deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Essien, the elder statesman, said that no elected government can stop corruption in Nigeria. Alright, my people, welcome back to this wonderful channel as we bring you back-to-back updates and information as they hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to turn notification bell so that anytime we drop power news, now you could be the first to watch. Alright, my people, you know, say for this country, as they break, now so tori dey in Africa. But make una no vex, I got they bring you that the tori one after the other. I say they come our way. Now the matter what don't carry on giving up is apparently the reason why we need government of national unity from 2027. Now the elder state person and political leader Chief Essien, hails from Sh0ck local government area of Akwa Ibom, the one-time member of the House of Representatives and a former Minister of Land, Housing and Urban Development, recently interacted with journalists in his hometown as part of his activities marking his 80th birthday anniversary. Finding question from newsmen, he expressed concern over the endemic corruption and bad governance that have plagued Nigeria for too long. He revealed why he is quitting partisan politics and advocating for government of national unity. He said the National Assembly on its own part since 1999 has done well, that the lawmakers have passed the necessary laws that should make Nigeria a good country. But those in the executive, the judiciary, and even the Independent National Electoral Commission have not played their part very well. And virtually everything is done in haphazard manner, without reference to rules and regulations, to the extent that the executive would always want to accumulate more money to outspend the opposition so as to win the next election. It is excess corruption. He said, as we all can see, the demonstration from one regime to the other. One regime comes in, they does the corruption a little. The next one comes in, they will take it to the higher level, to the point that now corruption is no longer a crime. If you steal too much and you are almost caught, you can repent by joining the other side. People don't be small about that. So he did his finding and he did not find any fault in the National Assembly. So members of the National Assembly have passed the laws that they are supposed to pass. They cannot come and execute the laws. Let those executing also play their part. When he said he didn't find any fault in the National Assembly, he was asked if he's trying to exempt the federal lawmakers from corruption. Hey, my people. He said, in terms of lawmaking, they have played their parts very well. But that doesn't preclude them from following up using their oversight function to stop some of these maladies, because they are all Nigerians and are also susceptible to some of these wrongdoings. So otherwise, during the oversight function, they should have been able to discover some of the atrocity being committed by the executive, the civil servant, and even the judiciary, because the oversight functions are supposed to be used as a means of monitoring in that respect. The lawmakers are also culpable. During his tenure, he was a chairman, the House Committee on Anti-Corruption. So he was asked what was done to tackle corruption in Nigeria as of that time. Essien said during his second tenure in the House of Representatives, he was elected as the chairman of the House of Committee on Anti-Corruption. At that time, he had a very vibrant chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, and the chairman of the ICPC was also made to work harder than he did between 1999 and 2003. So within that period, they were able to reduce corruption considerably. That is why Nigeria moved from the second most corruption country to the level of 121 out of 180. That was a significant improvement. That really showed that because of the person leading the anti-corruption crusade, they were able to record achievements. So he's telling us now that Ri0us was an exceptional leader of the Anti-Corruption Commission. In fact, he was world renowned. He was going to various countries and giving lectures, and other countries were inviting him to come and tell them how he was able to move the level of corruption to that level then. So it is just a question of who is in charge. When you have someone that is going to protect self-interest, then the commission cannot function. He said we saw what happened during the Buhari regime. Then the ICP was virtually dormant. People were just stealing government money anyhow. So it's a matter of having the right people to lead, to head those commissions. And we would have significant improvements in the system. He said after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first tenure in office that government of national unity should be constituted to chart a new course for Nigeria. So he was asked if he was in any way saying that Tinubu should not run for a second term. My people, don't be smarty. He said that he have seen that we are in a precarious situation in this country, that we have reached a point that corruption cannot be stopped by any government that emerged through the electoral process, that it cannot. President Bola Tinubu came and we thought that he was going to do better. The level of theft now has almost surpassed what the Buhari's administration did. So we all can see that certainly there has been a break. We must call a halt to this situation, and that halt requires the constitution of a government of national unity. That if we have a government of national unity, that government should be able to address this situation and restore the country. So he said we should not expect him to say what we want him to say. That if we are expecting him to say that the military should take over, he is not going there, because the military regime is not even better. That actually what is required is a selfless leader with a determination to address the menace of corruption in the country. The way the crew of Singapore tackled it, through leadership, is not about wielding power. It's about serving the people with humanity, honesty, and compassion. When the elder spokesman was asked who would be the people to constitute this government of national unity he's advocating for, he said it is not always a problem. But what happened in most countries that have had government of national unity is that the former president, the leaders of parties, and other persons of substance came together and nominated those that would get into the government of national unity. It is like when former President Jonathan selected people for the national conference. They were able to come out with solutions, but if those solutions were implemented, there would have been some level of improvement in this country. In that way, the government of national unity can also emerge. So it is a question of people criticizing this government of national unity initially, but they will eventually come to accept that it's okay. And they will say, let's go ahead with that. So I'm worried about this nominating people. So he was asked if he don't think that those nominated or selected could ever become the worst leaders. He said that government of national unity presumed that the people who are going to do the nomination, former president, former leaders of political parties, spiritual leaders, and trade union leaders, will ensure the will be above board. Those leaders are supposed to be more mature, experienced, and responsible to nominate people of integrity. This is what he intended to do, because one thing is that he have overstayed his own tenure in politics. So he have been chairman of Eket Senatorial District Forum for 10 years, and that is too long. That is why, as the governor said, that he had wanted to return before the last election, but he pleaded with him to stay on. Concerning the food prices, Mr. Essien said that he don't think it is a solution at all. That the concept of supply and demand is what determines prices. Court orders don't determine prices. If the government directs that thing should be sold at a particular price and those goods are not available, definitely the price will go up. So what should be done is to increase production of those goods and services so that there is no rush for them. Whenever there is a rush for goods, the prices are bound to go up. So the government should try and look into production in order to help the citizens. So I guess I would like to know your thoughts. Your contributions, opinions are in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Once again, thank you all so much for staying with us. We really do appreciate. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Like, comment, honest, stay safe, guys. Bye.